All right, thanks for tuning in. We're gonna make a little video here about implantation here, the embryo attachment to the uterus. All right, so this is what is being, attacked, if you will. This is what these goons, these medical goons, are attacking. Firstly, they will say that this is the starting of pregnancy. It's not. This is going to happen 6 or 7 or 8 days after the pregnancy has begun. Right. So the what is a pregnancy? What is the fertilization? Well, it's the same thing. So they will say it's two different, things. They will say that, the fertilization is one thing, and then the pregnancy here, the implantation is another thing. It's not, right? There's none of that, and they're purposely trying to deceive any kind of person that will, pay attention to what they're saying. But most of the people don't even dare to question them because they had a PhD and they went to university and they're smarter than you, right? So, but we know better, right? So what is implantation here? Implantation is the process in which the blastocyst, what is the blastocyst? Which is the stage of the early embryonic development that is the baby, right? This is a baby boy or baby girl. And, we know that this is a baby boy because of the DNA, right? The DNA has been formed successfully. The ZGA, right? If you remember embryology in the previous videos, we talked about the ZGA, which is a fantastic thing. It's really I don't see any greater evidence for intelligent design than the ZGA. The zygotic genome activation really proves the intelligent design. I mean, you can see it clear as day if you pay attention to the zygotic genome activation. So the blastocyst will be, a baby boy or baby girl, right? This is just, you could say zygote, blastocyst, embryo, toddler, infant, whatever kind of adolescent, senior citizen. This is another name for a developing human. A developing human is a blastocyst, right? In which the developing human, the blastocyst at the blastocyst stage attaches to the uterine lining after early embryo development. This allows the embryo to receive nutrients and oxygen from the mother, right? So this is where the placenta is going to start and all this stuff. And this is a very, this is a caring mother. Like this is the first care that the mother will give to the baby, right? The baby that has already been, successfully created, right? Intelligently for 6 or 7 days, right? This is the care, the you know that it's a wonderful feeling, to get to that your mother will care for you. Oh man, that's a nice feeling. But I mean, everybody needs that, right? Everybody needs care from a mother. Right? Unless you got the mother, one of Dr. Dow's customers, right, that wants to uh, destroy this very precious and valuable developing human at the embryonic stage, right? So, the blastocyst structure. Let's read about that here. So, the blastocyst is an early stage embryo consisting of an inner cell mass and an outer trophoblast layer. Here we got the layer, the trophoblast layer here, the cell, blasto blastocell, I think, yeah, that's how you would say that, and then the inner cell mass. So this is the developing human. Okay, very small, and a lot of people will say it's okay to dehumanize, this developing human at the early stage of pregnancy because it doesn't look like a human, or they make any kind of excuses. But dehumanization tactics doesn't work on this channel. It just simply doesn't work because we know better, right? So the trophoblast invasion. So early placenta formation, trophoblast cells invade the uterine tissue and begin forming structures that will later develop into the placenta. You got the nutrients exchange here. Um, so after implantation, the embryo begins receiving nutrients and oxygen from maternal blood vessels. Now, uh, this is what's the key here: the endometrial lining, right? The endometrial lining or the endometrium, right? This is the endometrium is the inner lining of the uterus that thickens during the menstrual cycle to prepare for implantation, right? So then you got these nonsense pills and everything that will alter this endometrium, and they will cause the new baby to die at this stage, right? So instead of implanting successfully, the new baby that would have otherwise implanted successfully will die at the very natural stage of which is right here, the implantation stage, right? This is what we're talking about here, right? So there's no excuse for this. This is a serious transgression, and it's reproductive interference. It's a crime. It's the greatest crime imaginable, right? And just because there's a proof of death issue, it's not really convenient. It doesn't erase the fact that this actually happened. This is the greatest crime imaginable. All right, what do we get? Hormonal support, hormones such as progesterone. Uh, progesterone, yeah, I remember that one from embryology. Hormones such as progesterone maintain the uterine lining and support early pregnancy. Then we get the attachment process here, embryo attachment. The blastocyst attaches to the endometrium using specialized trophoblast cells that anchor the embryo to the uterine wall, right? So we get the key biological facts here. The implantation occurs about 6 or 7 days after fertilization. The early developing human at the blastocyst stage attaches to the endometrium. Trophoblast cells later form part of the placenta. Right, so what do we got? The blastocyst, the inner cell mass, trophoblast, over here, trophoblast here, the endometrium, endometrium here, the endometrial lining here, which is the uterine wall here, if you will, and then the maternal blood vessels and all the stuff. So what's going to happen here? So you're going to start to have the placenta going on here after you have the baby defined. All right, so when is this definition here? That is at the ZGA, the zygotic genome activation, and when is the actual, starting of a pregnancy, right? The starting of a pregnancy, of course, is the fertilization, not the implantation, the fertilization. Anybody that will tell you that implantation is the starting of pregnancy, you know that they're trying to dehumanize the embryo, right? They are if you continue to have a conversation with them, which there's no need to because you know that they're rooted in just lies and deceit, right? This type of fable, a type of fable that doesn't make sense. You'll see that they are not grounded in the reality of the world, right? They're not in scientific or biological reality at all. So implantation is it's 6 or 7 days after the fertilization, right? This is just a developing step in early pregnancy. You know, there's so much more that happens prior to fertilization. So much more, right? The like I said, the zygotic genome activation. So you got the all that kind of stuff, which we'll do another video about. But I do thank you very much for tuning in. We are talking today about implantation. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.